Now tell me again what you told me before.
Mr. Angel's trying to take over the city.
Look, you want me to send you to the big house, pal? Because I will.
God, Jesus, no, please.
But then you better start talking, because I'm getting tired of going around in circles with you. Now give me the 411!
So how did you run into like Conrad and Robert and all of them? They were there from the start?
Well, actually, I met them through a film meetup out of Raleigh.
The Triangle
Yep,
Film and Video Group?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. The TVF Triangle Film and Video, that's right.
Gotcha.
So I was finishing up a short horror film I was doing at the time.
Okay.
And I had met them there, and I had Gordon come out, and actually he was in my short horror film. And
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we kind of worked together on that, and I asked him if he wanted to come along on this on Scorpion.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, Conrad, you know, we hooked up and hit it off, and I basically started with them.
So that was your beginning crew, huh?
It was, yeah. Conrad shot the first episode. Gordon did the sound and acted in the first episode, and yeah,
Cool.
the rest is history.
So what was this horror film you were doing?
It's called The Vampire.
Oh, yeah?
And
Is it out there? Did you ever do anything with it?
I haven't released it yet.
Okay.
It's like 20 minutes long. It's pretty cool. I'm happy
Mm-hmm.
with it. It is what I want it to be, and I don't know. I think I'll release it at some point. Yeah.
That's cool. So at what point did you come up with Scorpion? Like, had you had the idea for a long time, or is it something you always toyed around with, or?
Yeah, I think the idea had kind of really come about. It was like an homage to some of the old 70s and 80s action flicks, cop movies, things like that. And I was driving home from work one day, actually, and I saw this blue, like 89 Camaro for sale, used Camaro, and I drive by it every day, and I don't know, I just put two and two together and picked that up, and
So that's the car. That's got to be the car in the show.
oh yeah, definitely.
Were you driving home one day and you saw like a yard sale with a wig on the table, and you're like, "That's the wig. That's got to be the wig."
No, you know, the character Rick Masters in the show is kind of like a combination of all the action heroes from like the 70s and 80s, and and there's like a lot of my father in there, actually.
Really?
Yeah. So
Okay.
back in the day, you know, my dad, like,
What did he do?
he was just like a
Oh, he
general
was-
badass. So
Okay.
like, yeah, he
Hey,
had
was he a cop or?
no,
Okay.
no, just he was just a maniac. So
Okay. I can definitely see that in the character. Yeah.
yeah, definitely had a couple of screws loose. Well, yeah, the character, you know, kind of like this. He thinks he's a real rock star, and you know, he's got the long hair and, you know, the cowboy lone wolf type. So, you know, that's kind of the situation with that. So the wig and the hair is, you know, that's his rock star hairstyle thing, and you know, with bitchin' Camaro and
Oh yeah.
all that.
So is it supposed to take place in like the 70s or 80s?
No, actually, not really. I mean, that would probably take a lot of work and money to pull that off, you know.
Yeah.
But
well, a lot of those outdoor shots too. You know, you got somebody driving by in a 2008 whatever.
right. So no, it's just, you know, I think he's more caught in a time warp.
Okay.
He's kind of like lost in the '80s. You know, that maybe that was his time, and that's just his idea. Cool.
Okay. Because it's a weird show that, like, there's some stuff, like you said, it's definitely got that 80s vibe. He's definitely that kind of cop. And there's also these other weird touches, like what was at the beginning of episode 4, where they're getting ready to go in for the raid, and they got that giant, like,
Right.
80s walkie-talkie. You know, there are times when I look at it, I'm like, when is this supposed to be set? So it's just modern
It is
with a
weird.
few old
Yeah,
touches like that?
It's, we're just bending time. I mean, like, I'm using touch-tone phones and rotary phones, corded phones, and car phones, and the giant radios. I mean, those have like a 70s flair to them, and you know.
I don't think I've seen that many cell phones in the show. So it's,
No, I want to kind of keep that more out of it for this.
Okay.
But you know, it's definitely there's a splash of the old Starsky and Hutch TV shows to it all. But yeah.
So you're definitely, not necessarily you're trying to play it straight, but it's definitely a throwback, homage type of thing. It's not supposed to be a spoof. Because
No.
you definitely got that humor in there every now and then. Like, again, you got that walkie-talkie scene. Sounds like a McDonald's drive-thru. And it's like, really? Did you hear what that guy said was supposed to be? You know, you got those at camp in there every now and then.
Absolutely. I mean,
but it's not just a screwball show. It's not like a
No, well, it's definitely a screwball show.
Well.
We've got some elements of drama and action in there to it's just meat and potatoes, sex and violence, and we got a little light plot there that drives forward, and there are twists and turns, but definitely tongue-in-cheek, and we don't take ourselves too seriously. I'm a big fan of like the old Naked Gun show and films, and Zucker Brothers, and that type of sense of humor is just really silly, slapstick and things like that. So there's a lot of that in the show.
Where where half the humor is in how seriously they're all taking it while the crazy stuff is going on around them.
Exactly, it's just over the top.
And you can see that in the action scenes too. Like episode 4, you got the breakdancing going on during the gunfight, but they think it totally makes sense to them.
Yeah, I mean, what idiot would go in between two people shooting at each other with a machine gun and just fly right down the middle? It's just ridiculous. Yeah, but
so how do you how do you figure out the balance, like the drama and the comedy and action? You got a lot of action in the show. Surprising amount of action for as low as your budget is.
Actually, when I started, I made a list of all the things that I wanted to see or do in this thing that should be there, like alleyway fight scene, giant warehouse shootout, ninjas, an explosion, a car chase, all these things, and there were a bunch more. And I started with that list, and I just figured, well, we got nothing to lose, it's no budget, and we'll just get crazy with it. So I took that, and then other things just came to my mind, like a villain, and with this villain, who he was and who he should be, and then I basically crafted it around pretty much a revenge type story. And so the way the plot line works, it's stretched out over 9 episodes, and it weaves in and out. There are different characters. You've got Mr. Angel, the main bad guy, and the sicko mayor. You've got the relationship problems between Rick's and his wife, that they're having this failed marriage. You've got this friendship between Rick and this bartender, and a lot of other things brewing in the background, side things going on. So I wanted to kind of pace it along and bring it through, and just do a delicate balance of action and drama and plot to take it through with some laughs and everything. And each episode I try to give it a couple gemstone pieces, something to
those little things everybody's going to remember.
Exactly.